There are words so powerful, so sharp, that they can pierce straight through centuries and still change the way you think today. Stoicism has given us such words, not shallow advice, not empty slogans, but battle-tested wisdom, forged in the fires of exile, war, slavery, and death. These words are more than philosophy. They are weapons for the mind. And today, I will hand you 7 of them. 7 Stoic quotes that, if you truly live them, can rewire your mind and set you free. But here's the hidden truth. Most people read these quotes, nod in agreement, and then forget them. They treat them as decoration for a wall or a notebook, not as commands for the soul. Don't make that mistake, because each of these sentences carries enough force to shatter the chains of fear, regret, and weakness. The question is, are you willing to let them? 1:1 Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The world is chaos. You cannot control the weather, the economy, other people's choices, or even what tomorrow will bring. Most of your suffering comes from demanding that the world obey your will. But this quote cuts that illusion in half. It reminds you that the only battlefield you command is inside your own mind. But here's what nobody tells you. Once you stop fighting the outside, you gain unstoppable power inside. Imagine the energy wasted in anger, in envy, in demanding fairness. All of that redirected inward becomes clarity, resilience, calm. That is the power Marcus speaks of. Think of a storm. The winds tear branches, the rain floods rivers, the sky cracks with thunder. You cannot stop it. But inside your mind, you can light a candle and protect it. That flame is your focus, your judgment, your response. And as long as it burns, you remain free. Ask yourself, how much of your stress today comes not from what happened, but from your refusal to accept it? What if you shifted all that energy to controlling your judgment instead? That shift is strength. That shift is freedom. 2. Seneca. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Fear is the architect of misery. How many nights have you replayed disasters in your head that never came true? You imagined failure, rejection, humiliation, and then reality arrived, and it was softer, lighter, less brutal than the nightmare you rehearsed. Seneca's words reveal the cruel joke. You stab yourself with illusions long before life ever touches you. But here is the hidden trap. Because fear feels protective, you think it helps. You believe that rehearsing disasters prepares you. But in truth, it drains you. It makes you suffer twice, once in imagination and once again if the event actually happens. Picture this. A man waiting for medical results. For weeks he imagines the worst. His health collapsing, his life ending. He suffers every night, every meal, every moment. Finally, the results arrive. He is fine. But those weeks are gone forever. Fear stole them, and reality never demanded the price. So the Stoic practice is simple. Catch yourself when fear paints shadows. Ask, is this real, or is this imagination? If it's imagination, put the knife down. Stop stabbing yourself with illusions. Reality will be heavy enough when it comes. 3. Epictetus. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Life will strike. Loss, betrayal, accidents, unfairness. No one escapes. The weak man blames the world. The strong man looks inward. Epictetus, once a slave beaten by his master, knew suffering firsthand, and yet he refused to let events define him. His reaction, his judgment, his chosen response, that was his kingdom. But here is the cliffhanger. If even a slave in chains could claim freedom of response, then what excuse do you have? You cannot control insults, but you can control whether they shatter you. You cannot control rejection, but you can control whether you rise again. Imagine 2 men losing the same job. One collapses into despair. I am worthless. The other says, this is my chance to build anew. Same event, two lives. The difference is not fortune. The difference is reaction. And here's the paradox. By controlling your response, you indirectly shape the future. Anger breeds chaos. Calm breeds clarity. Courage breeds opportunity. The external world may be wild, but your reaction plants seeds, and those seeds grow into destiny. So let me ask you, are you reacting like a slave to chance or a master of yourself? 4. Marcus Aurelius. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This is perhaps the sharpest sword of Stoicism. It cuts through procrastination, through excuses, through the illusion of tomorrow. Death is not a distant threat. It is a shadow that follows you every step. And remembering it is not meant to depress you. It is meant to electrify you. But here's what most people do. They hide from death. They pretend it is far away. They build plans upon plans as if time was guaranteed. And then, when death finally arrives, they beg for more. The Stoics say, stop begging. Live as if every breath could be your last. Because one day, it will be. Think of the words you left unsaid today, the opportunities you delayed, the love you withheld. What if tonight was the last chance? Would you have spoken? Would you have acted? Then why wait? Memento mori, remember death, is not a call to despair. It is a call to urgency. It is a reminder that life shrinks or expands in proportion to how awake you are to its fragility. And once you live with this awareness, regret loses its place because you did not waste. You did not delay. You did not sleepwalk through the gift. We have already walked through 4 powerful Stoic quotes, each one a weapon for the mind, each one a challenge to your old ways of thinking. But there are 3 more waiting. And these final 3, if you let them pierce you, can tear down illusions you didn't even know you carried. Let's continue. 5. Seneca. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. People complain about time as if it were a cruel master. They say life is too short, as if the universe cheated them. But Seneca exposes the real thief. Not fate, not death, but waste. We squander hours in distraction, in meaningless chatter, in endless scrolling, in shallow pursuits, and then we dare to claim that life cheated us. But here is the hidden wound. Every wasted hour is not just lost. It is a betrayal of yourself, because time is the only wealth you can never earn back. Every coin of gold can be replaced. Every object can be rebuilt. But the hour you spend mindlessly, the day you let slip unnoticed, it is gone forever. Think of the years you have already lost to fear, to procrastination, to hesitation. Imagine what could have been built with them. That pain you feel right now. That is the sting of Seneca's truth. But here comes the revelation. The moment you recognize waste, you can end it. You can claim the time that remains. And if you live awake, aware, intentional, even a short life becomes abundant. So the question is not, how much time do I have? The question is, what will I do with the time I hold now? 6. Epictetus. No man is free who is not master of himself. Freedom is the highest desire of humanity. Nations fight for it. Men die for it. But Epictetus, a man born a slave, reveals the paradox. Freedom does not come from chains breaking outside. It comes from chains breaking inside. If you are ruled by anger, by greed, by lust, by fear, then no external liberty will save you. You remain a prisoner of your impulses. But here's the cliffhanger. How many people today parade as free while chained to addictions, to status, to opinion? They chase wealth, approval, pleasure, believing they are masters of their lives. Yet at every moment, they are slaves to desire. Self-mastery is the Stoic crown. It is the ability to govern your thoughts, your emotions, your reactions. The man who commands himself cannot be bought, cannot be broken, cannot be owned. And the man who lacks this mastery will kneel even in the brightest palace. So ask yourself now, are you free or are you chained? And if chained, To what? The answer may terrify you, but facing it is the first step to true freedom. 7. Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Here is the final key. Happiness is not in fortune, not in possessions, not in applause. It is in the mind. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who carried the weight of an empire, knew this. Surrounded by war, betrayal, and disease, he could still write about inner joy because he had discovered the source, thought. But here's what nobody tells you. Your thoughts are not harmless. They are builders. Every thought is a brick laid in the architecture of your soul. Negative thoughts, envy, bitterness, complaint, build prisons. Positive, disciplined thoughts, gratitude, clarity, courage, build fortresses. And one day, you wake up living in the house you built silently in your mind. So the question is not, will I think? The question is, what quality of thoughts will I allow? The happiness of your life depends on that choice. The hidden thread. Connecting all 7 quotes now, step back and see the pattern. Control your mind, not the world. Stop suffering from imagination. Focus on reaction, not events. Remember death. Stop wasting time. Master yourself. Guard your thoughts. Do you see it? Each quote is not isolated. Together they form a code, a Stoic code, that rewires your mind for strength, clarity, and resilience. If you live by this code, regret dissolves, fear shrinks, distractions fade, and happiness grows. But here is the chilling warning. Knowing this code is not enough. Memorizing these quotes will not save you. Only action will. The Stoics wrote, not to entertain, but to provoke transformation. So if you leave here unchanged, you have wasted their gift. If this truth resonates with you, imagine how much more power you will uncover by walking further with us. Subscribe now, and don't miss the next lesson, because wisdom compounds, and every video you watch sharpens your mind like steel. And if you have stayed until now, you have already proven that you are not just curious, you are hungry for strength. So like this video and share it with someone you know who is chained by fear or regret. Let these words strike them too. The next lesson may surprise you even more. Because if today you learned how 7 quotes can rewire your mind, tomorrow you may learn how a single Stoic practice can reshape your entire life. The question is, are you ready?